February is set to be a fantastic month for action thriller movies, with an incredible selection of films promising non-stop thrills, jaw-dropping stunts, and edge-of-your-seat tension. There is a lot to look forward to. In this video, we will count down the top 6 outstanding action movies that need to be on your watch list this February 2026. Number 6. HellFire. It is an action thriller film directed by Isaac Florentine. The film centers on a mysterious, haunted ex-Green Beret drifter played by Stephen Lang, who arrives in the downtrodden southern town of Rondo, finding it terrorized by a crime syndicate led by a ruthless boss and corrupt sheriff played by Dolph Lundgren, prompting him to unleash a one-man war for justice and redemption. After witnessing the violence and oppression inflicted on the innocent locals, risking turning the whole town to flames. The film explores a variety of themes centered on justice and the struggle against corruption in a small, isolated town. HellFire blends classic Western themes with modern action, delivering a gritty story of redemption and vengeance, and is set for a direct video-on-demand release in February 17, 2026. Number 5. The Huntsman. Action mystery thriller film directed by Kyle Kawika Harris. The film centers on a repressed ICU nurse played by Shawn Ashmore, volunteering as a reader for a recovering coma patient. Lincoln played by Garrett Dillahunt, the prime suspect in the savage murders of 6 young women in a small southwestern town. While the suspect's wife, refusing to believe that her husband is the killer, struggles with the mounting complexities of the investigation. With a dedicated detective trying to solve the mystery before more bodies turn up, numerous other suspects take the case on a spiraling journey. Based on an award-winning novel by Judith Sanders, the film is described as a smart thriller that builds suspense by keeping audiences questioning everyone and everything, with the real horror lying in unseen truths rather than gratuitous violence. The Huntsman is set to be released in select theaters on February 6, 2026, and video on demand on February 10, 2026. Number 4. Psycho Killer. It is a 2026 action horror thriller film directed by Gavin Polone. Written by Andrew Kevin Walker, the film follows police officer Jane Archer on her mission to take down a serial killer known as the Satanic Slasher after he murdered her state trooper husband, and must delve deeper into the killer's world as she confronts his extreme mental depravity and sinister agenda, putting herself into more danger. Set against the backdrop of the American heartland, the story emphasizes the protagonist's resilience as she navigates a road trip straight into madness. Psycho Killer is scheduled for theatrical release on February 20th, 2026. Number 3. Cold Storage. It is a 2026 comedy action horror film directed by Johnny Campbell. Based on the 2019 titular novel by Coep, the film follows Travis and Naomi, 2 employees at a self-storage facility built atop a former military base, whose night shift transforms into a nightmare when a government-sealed parasitic fungus escapes from the underground levels. As temperatures rise, the microorganism unleashes its brain-controlling, body-bursting mayhem on anything in its path. The duo must join forces with a weathered bioterror operative to contain the threat before it triggers humanity's extinction. The film uses dark comedy to explore the absurdity and chaos of the situation, offering a unique take on the zombie-like infection genre. Cold Storage will be released in theaters on January 13, 2026. Number 2. The Bluff. It is a 2026 action thriller film directed by Frank E. Flowers. The film centers on Ursel Bloody Mary Bodden, played by Priyanka Chopra Jonas, former pirate living a quiet life in the 19th century Caribbean, whose past violently resurfaces when her ruthless former captain, Connor, played by Carl Urban, seeks revenge, forcing her to use her deadly skills to protect her family in an action-packed fight for survival. Set in the late 19th century Caribbean, the film promises historical accuracy with modern flair, featuring intense sword fights, tactical traps, and brutal brawls, focusing on themes of motherhood, betrayal, and reclaiming a fierce identity. The Bluff will be streaming on Prime Video on February 25, 2026. Number 1. Crime 101 is a crime thriller film written and directed by Bart Layton. The movie follows Mike Davis, played by Chris Hemsworth, a master jewel thief planning one last big score, whose path intertwines with a disillusioned insurance broker, Sharon Colvin, played by Halle Berry, who finds herself drawn into the thief's world, needing an escape from her own troubles. All while a determined detective, Lou Lubasnik, closes in, blurring the lines between hunter and hunted in a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. Based on Don Winslow's novella, the film explores the convergence of these lives as they get closer to a multi-million-dollar heist, forcing them to confront their choices and the impossibility of turning back. The film is scheduled to be released in theaters on February 13, 2026. That's it for today. Please subscribe to our channel to see more videos about movies and series suggestions.